Hey, Casey, thanks for doing this. Obviously, stuff looked really good tonight. I guess kind of just, I think AJ mentioned this on the TV, a couple days ago, kind of said, hey, this is your chance to pitch for, a spot in the rotation, a spot in the roster. I mean, were you coming into this game with a little bit extra in that way, just knowing that there was something there, or was there something there?
Yeah, honestly, I would say so. I did my best to suppress that a little bit, but definitely going into it, I knew I knew I wanted to make a good impression because I needed to. This spring hasn't been as good as I would have liked for it to be, so I knew I needed to have a pretty good night tonight. So there was a little bit of that. I tried to suppress it as best as I could and just trust in my process and stay the course. And then tonight yielded a little bit better results, but a little bit of that was there. But at the end of the day, I think I just was focused on continuing to try to trust my plan and execute well.
Obviously, this stuff, like I said, was working right for you. I mean, what did you like about your performance most? I mean, what pitches did you, find were most, beneficial for you and successful for you, or maybe it was all of them?
Yeah. I mean, I think I was just really aggressive with the fastball, really pleased with my fastball tonight. Also threw some good splitters to right-handed hitters, which is something that I was wanting to add a little bit more tonight and do. And I was able to execute some of those, which I was pleased with. So both of those pitches, got some swings and misses out of the zone with the slider as well. So honestly, just was pretty pleased overall with all my stuff.
And Grayson behind the dish, obviously. Today he was named the backup catcher. Just what did you like about him tonight? And I guess what do you like about him in general, moving forward here?
Yeah, big congrats to Grayson. That guy works really hard. He does his homework as well. So that's one thing I like about him is, I can trust in him back there because I know he's done his homework and knows the guys we're going up against. So, and he's a wall back there, man. And he's, he got in front of a few balls tonight with runners in scoring position. If they get to the backstop, a run's going to score. So, just really comfortable with him. And so just really pleased with his performance tonight and, always. So, and he's a great guy too. So super happy that he won the job. Just happy for him.
Lastly for me, saw you talking to AJ down there. Just, curious, did you get any good news tonight in terms of finding out, what's kind of happening next for you?
No, we were just talking about the outing and, talking through some things that happened. So, that was just, a good conversation for us to have to kind of evaluate the outing.
All right. Thank you.
Let's go to Matt Shepard. Casey, congratulations on the nice outing. You've always told us you're a guy who always feels like you're out to prove something. What do you think you've proven in this camp?
That I'm going to trust my process and that, I'm going to show up to the field. Same attitude, same work ethic, try to be a good teammate. Try to put my team in a position to win. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that as much as I would have liked this camp. But I'm hopefully I proved I'm going to give it my all. And I'm just, everything that I have, I'm putting into this game and into this team. So when I look back and I'm done with this game, I hope that's something that people will notice about me. And I think I've proven that, and hopefully I can continue to do that.
You kind of alluded to the trust you have in a guy like Grayson Griner. I know you're a guy who always wants the trust of your teammates as well. Do you have that sense that you have their trust? And if so, how have you kind of gotten that indication?
That's a really good question. And that's something that runs through my mind a lot, honestly. Whenever I have a bad outing or whatever it is, sorry, guys, I don't care what you all write or what's said externally. I just hate the feeling of letting my teammates down, and that the fact that when I go out there 5 days from now, that they might have a little bit of doubt in their mind. And so that's the thing that I hate the most. And so I'm trying to earn that trust, and you can do that through multiple ways. Performance is one of them. It's not everything. Like I mentioned before, just showing up to work every day and working really hard, being a good teammate, and just pouring everything I have into my daily work. I think you can earn it that way too. So hopefully I've earned it. That's not for me to answer, that's for the other guys to answer. So
I think it's a great answer. Last one from me. How do you make sure that doesn't become too much, too obsessive, that it kind of weighs on your mind too much?
Well, I think I keep saying it just because I need to believe in my process. I need to believe in my work. And at the end of the day, that's what's going to allow me to to earn their trust eventually, or in the present, whatever it may be. Like you said, I can't let their thoughts weigh too heavy on me because I don't know their thoughts. These are kind of just assumptions that I have in my head. So just got to continue to believe in my work and try to stay level-headed and focus on the things that really matter, all while trying to earn their trust at the same time.
Case, thanks.
Yep. Next we go, Jason Beck.
Hey, Casey, it looked like your pitchers had a lot of movement tonight. We've seen other instances where sometimes you can struggle to hit the strike zone consistently when pitchers move that much. What was the key to making that work tonight, and also to get swings and misses in the strike zone?
Yeah, I think something that we worked on over the past week, 10 days is I've been looking at some focal points on the catcher. I think I mentioned this to you all. Just if I'm throwing a two-seamer into a righty, I'm not looking at the glove because it's going to run. So I'm looking at the catcher's right knee to get that ball to the glove. And so I've been, really, I really dove into that. And so I think that's helped me, really fill up the strike zone and, try to win the race to 2 strikes. I think that's something that I try to, do mentally an at bat is a race to 2 strikes. Cause, normally when I get to 2 strikes, the count, that really swings in my favor for what's going to happen. So I think just working on those focal points has allowed me to really stay in the zone a lot more.
And it looked like a 4th inning was a potential danger zone for you there. 4 pitches, 3 hits. Was there a reset point for you there? And how big was the Grichuk strikeout for you to kind of reset and get back to level?
Yeah, so they were really aggressive, and they came out, and that was, I guess, second time through for some of those guys. I think they wanted to avoid 2 strikes, and so they're really coming out swinging. And honestly, that's going to happen whenever you're filling up the zone so much. They're obviously I don't want to give up 3 hits in a row and give up 2 runs, but limiting damage, I was really pleased with that. I've had some big innings this camp, and so I think I was really pleased with how I was able to limit that. With some good defense behind me, we had the infield in. Willie made a nice play, and so it's just being able to work out of situations like that now is only going to benefit me in the future.
We've talked a lot about the aggressiveness of playing the infield in more. AJ's talked a lot about that. Does that affect a pitcher's mentality in a situation like that? Do you even if you try not to, is it sometimes hard to help to not pitch to a situation like that, or do you try to keep it out of your mind?
Honestly, I don't think about it much, but whenever a thought does come in, I think it's pretty positive. It just tells me that we're being aggressive and trying to attack and just really go after these guys and limit damage and make something happen. So honestly, it gives me confidence that I can fill up the zone, and we're trying to get this lead runner. We're trying to limit damage and trying to really get going. So I kind of like it, honestly.
Thanks, Casey.
Next we go to Lynn Henning.
I'm sorry, Ben, did you call me?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm sorry. We got a 7th inning stretch. The timing here wasn't so good. It's a little hard to hear. I got a couple of questions for Casey while I buy some time here. It did appear, Casey, and I mean it was discernible tonight, that there was some fury out there in you and in your delivery. And again, I wonder how much of that goes back to the fact that there's been some doubt. There's been some criticism. The fan base particularly wants you to be a veteran pitcher here at this juncture of your career. And I know that's not the way it goes, but how much of that stuff does in fact sink into you, and how much of it was frankly irritating you a little bit tonight and might have factored into that performance, which was pretty crisp?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I want to please fans, and I want to bring them joy and pride for sure. But I think the thing is, I was driven tonight for sure, and I really felt like I had something to prove and needed to go have a good outing. But I think that was more just internal, stuff that was motivating me, and just wanting to go perform for my teammates and put us in a position to win. And so I think it was more of that than it was from trying to please, everyone. But obviously, like I mentioned, I want to do well and please everybody for sure. And that's definitely a part of it. But I tend to focus on internal within, myself and my teammates more.
If you were, again, evaluating those pitches tonight, Casey, on a scale of A, B, C, or better than that, where were you with your 4-seam, 2-seam, and with your repertoire tonight, one by one?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think
Yeah, they look like A pitches tonight. I guess that's the way to submit that question.
well, thank you. Well,
But I mean,
that's good.
you have any quarrel with that grading system?
Hey, if you want to call them all A's, I'm not going to fight you on that. So I guess I'll take your assessment and run with it.
Okay, next final question. Foul balls tonight jumped that pitch count up pretty high, and I know that 72 pitches isn't what you wanted out of 4 innings, but the foul balls seem to be a heavy factor, which speaks to what you were throwing tonight too.
Yep. You know, I had a long at bat with Gio in the first. And that's just kind of the thing where it's 3-2, and I don't want to walk you. When he knows the fastball's coming, and we're just going to go at it. And so he's got a good eye too. You know, AJ and I kind of talked about that after the fact, where I don't know if I need to throw something out of the zone because we're not sure if he's going to chase because he's a good hitter. And so it's just I'm going to be in the zone with heaters, and we're going to see what's going to happen. And at bats like that can run the pitch count up for sure. I know the pitch count up was high after the first, but I was able to bring it back down over the next couple of innings. But 72 is a little high for 4. Need to be more efficient for sure.
Thanks for putting up with a lot of noise here. Sorry for the commotion out here.
It's all right.
Next we'll go to Cody Stavenhagen.
Hey, Casey, now that you're almost through a full spring, what's it been like working with Chris Fetter, especially as you kind of went through some ups and downs and tried to sort out the entirety of your arsenal?
Yeah, it's been good. Really smart guy, tons of experience, and can help in a lot of ways. And I think just with the early walks in camp, I think I mentioned it before, the focal point thing, that's something that he kind of addressed honestly as a staff, but that's something that really hit home with me. And so I put that to work in the last couple of bullpens and the last 2 outings. I guess I walked 1 last time out. So I think just been able to throw much more strikes with that. So I've just little things like that is where he's going to add value throughout, a full season or whatever it may be. And I'm looking forward to learning more.
All right. Sounds good. That's all I had. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, that looks like that's all we've got. Thanks to Casey, and we'll be back in a little bit, hopefully with Grayson Griner before the end of the game.